It's 6:03 here, Tuesday, April the 8th, just 37 degrees right now. We will get sunshine later, highs only near 50. And with that, good morning. I'm John Domen.
I'm John Aaron. The top local story we're following: developments in the case of a Prince George's County man who was mistakenly deported to a prison in El Salvador. Chief Justice John Roberts has temporarily paused a federal judge's deadline to bring Kilmar Abrego Garcia back to the U.S. Josh Braven, Supreme Court correspondent at the Wall Street Journal, joined us earlier with more.
The order by the Chief Justice holds things in place so while the justices consider the arguments that the government has that a federal judge cannot order them to bring somebody back once that person is in a foreign country because the U.S. government has no power over a foreign country. The other side, the lawyers for Abrego Garcia, say there are many, many times that immigrants are deported from the U.S., their immigration cases are still pending, and if they ultimately win, the government is required to facilitate their return to the U.S., and this shouldn't be looked at as anything different than that.
Also, in a 5-4 ruling, the High Court removed a temporary block on the White House's use of a controversial wartime law to deport alleged members of a Venezuelan gang.
It's been less than 2 weeks since President Trump signed an executive order that creates a federal task force to help make D.C., quote, safe, beautiful, and prosperous. WTOP's Scott Gelman says the city's mayor is out with some recommendations for things the task force should prioritize.
One of Mayor Muriel Bowser's ideas requires help from a federal agency.
We also outlined what we understand recently that the NPS, the National Park Service, has been impacted by cuts.
Because of that, Bowser says the agency has reduced the number of trash pickups along the National Mall. When the cherry blossoms were at peak bloom, she says trash cans were overflowing.
We outlined several fountains that are in the NPS portfolio that don't work. Getting those fixed, that's beautiful.
She's encouraging the task force to offer help to law enforcement, too.
The chief of police outlined, I asked her if this task force could help with police presence in any way, what would be the request?
In response, Police Chief Pamela Smith recommended more park police patrol on the George Washington, Suitland, and Baltimore-Washington parkways. Scott Gelman, WTOP News.
Maryland's legislature has passed a state budget. It comes with some tax and fee increases as state leaders look to close a $3 billion budget shortfall. WTOP's Dan Ronan reports.
High-income Maryland residents will see their taxes increase with 2 new income tax brackets, but Governor Wes Moore told WTOP most people will see their tax bill decline.
Middle-class Marylanders are about to get a tax cut.
But Republicans, including Wayne Hartman, said the priorities of the Democrats and Governor Moore are all wrong.
There is a freight train coming our way in the state of Maryland.
Lawmakers also passed legislation to make the state more energy independent and okayed a measure to make some prescription drugs more affordable. They also okayed a measure to make permanent a program that provides subsidies to help young adults get affordable health insurance. Dan Ronan, WTOP News.
One man is dead, another hurt after an argument in the Groveton area of Fairfax County. Police were called to John Paul Drive around 8:30 last night, and that's where they found a man with gunshot wounds. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Fairfax County Police Captain Jesse Katzman says police also found another person in the area.
That individual was located with stab wounds, and he too was transported to a local area hospital with non-life-threatening conditions.
Police asking anyone with any information about this to call the Crime Solvers hotline.
Coming up in Money News, your cruising options could be expanding here. Traffic and weather in 30 seconds.